welcome to Bay of Funny Fortunes. I'm Natalie. I'm an empath intuitive card reader. Hi Cancer, welcome to the channel. We're doing a weekly reading here for the sign of Cancer, the crab. And I'm just laying down my cards. They've been cleansed and shuffled and all prepared ahead of time to save for time. So this is for the week of March 13th through to the 19th. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Not bad looking cards at all. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, we'll see till we get to the end. Alright, let's dive right into it, Cancer. It's a general reading, everybody. It may or may not resonate with you on a personal level. So the first card that I pull is the Nine of Pentacles, and it's all about gratitude. So the advice of this card is devote your time and your money as well, and any interest you have into your home. And appreciate all the good things that you have around you right now. It's very important for you to come forward at this time and be grateful for the little things as well as the big things right now. It's highly important for you to remember that. Your keywords for this card, and they're good keywords, are luxury and leisure, home, abundance, independence, and generosity. What a great way to start a week off on a Monday from March the 13th. Leisure, luxury, indulgence, garden, home. Even on yourself, make yourself in your home especially, as comfortable and relaxed as is possible for you. You need to have that space to go to, Cancer, to be able to feel safe, to be able to let your hair down. You don't want jobs in the home, like projects like renovations, this kind of a thing. You don't want this these things piling up, because it's going to leave you feeling unsettled and not quite comfortable. And not so much, even though this card can represent luxuries, not so much that, but comfort is a big key. Huge, 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 huge. For you to feel comfortable within your own domain, your own home. And when others come in, they'll see and feel the same way, because it reflects on who you are. So that's at the beginning of the week, is to focus in on your home and your immediate surroundings. Your second card is the Nine of Wands. There's 2 9s in a row. What else have we got here? 2 9s in a row. That's great. These are new things. It represents and brings in a newness. It could be, new projects, new relationships, new travels, new tangible things, a lot of things like this. But these are about practical things. It's a wands, because they're wands. It's a 9 of wands. It's all about defense. And I'm going to pull my book real quick on that one. Let me see here. Some new beginnings for the first of the week. Changes coming up right on you at the first of the 13th and the 14th. So the 9 is it sees you exerting yourself to the full, protecting your job, your property, or otherwise defending any actions that you have taken or you're about to take. I'm hearing you're feeling you have a right to stand your ground on certain issues, and defending the issues, and defending your actions in relation to those issues. You may have made sacrifices in the past, and you may have put up with things that you're not about to put up with anymore. Things are changing. Some things have been backed up against the wall, and there's no wiggle room left, and now you're going to kind of descend from great heights upon them, and you're going to take care of these issues once and for all. But some people are going, well, why are you doing that for? Why do you want to do that? Because you have to. You go with your gut, and you know what's right and what's wrong. See, there's the need, the strong need. The heat off the card is this feeling that you need to justify certain things and standing your ground as well. However, you may need to ask yourself, if you're holding on too tightly due to fear to certain things, is this need for constraint, is it a constant vigilance, or is it an exhausting habit rather than a free choice? So you have to stop and ask yourself that. The advice of the card is protect what is yours by all means by freeing up your thinking. Creates a mental space to plan for the future. Your keywords are determination, challenges, sacrifices, hard work, protection, rigidity, and fear. Okay, so Cancer's willing to put in the hard work with anything. Cancer's willing to take on challenges. Cancer's one of the most determined signs. And sometimes there's more self-harm along with that, because we won't give in, we won't throw in the towel, we'll stand our ground no matter what comes up against us. Cancers can be that way, really, really rigid, really not stuck, but just rigid, holding their ground, standing their ground, holding their own. So that's a really good card. It's just a little bit of confrontation, a little bit of push and pull going on there. Cancer, you know your own mind, so you do what you have to do so that things work for you. The third card that I pulled for you, which falls on Hump Day, which is the 15th of March, is the High Priest, and he's full of wisdom. Very much so. Very, very much so. He's the keywords for him are educational, traditional beliefs, ceremonies, unity, marriage, values, and authority. Marriage may come to the forefront for those of you that are married at this time. Certain beliefs and certain ways of living, certain beliefs within character, your own character, as opposed to somebody else's character. We're all different. We all have our own belief system. And I'm not talking religion. I'm talking everyday mundane things on issues that we have to face every day. So this could come up as being as a conflict. Somebody may try to pull authority over on you as well and force you to do something that you don't want to do. So the advice of the card: listen to your inner wisdom. It will guide you along the way. Any path that you have to take right now, listen to your gut, follow your own inner light, because Cancer, you know what sets well within you and what doesn't set well within you. This guy as well, he holds his hand out. He stands between the portal of mortal man, and the great divine on the other side, or the other dimension, the spirit world. He's got a foot in each one. You may meet somebody like this that can help you come along. Any answers that you're seeking, you may meet an actual person that you can turn to, that you can talk to, that you can be yourself with, feel comfortable with, and trust is a big thing there right now. Somebody that you can trust is very important. This guy can give you the tools to get through what you need. He can lead you to the wisdom that's going to be needed to deal with some very sensitive issues during this third week of March. So, second, third week, in around there. Anyways, for some of you, this is going to be an inner knowing. You know what you need to do. There's some challenges on this day. I'm feeling very strongly. For some of you, it could be separation. For some of you, it could be separating from your job, your marriage, other people, close relationships coming to an end. Very, very strongly. This also represents the unity of some people. For some of you, this is a general reading. Remember that. Some of you could be struck down and blocked by another one's traditions or beliefs. That could come into play. I'm kind of iffy on that because I'm not the last part of that, it's there, but I'm not grabbing a whole lot of meat from that. So that's kind of iffy on that day. But I do sense some friction there. And you needing to have somebody to turn to, somebody that you can trust. So on Thursday, which is the 16th, oh, I don't like this card. This showed up in the your reading as well, Cancer, for the month of March. And here it is again. It's the vortex. You can see these two mer children, mer teenagers, you might say, are caught up in the vortex. But if you know what, they don't see any way out. But if you look here, this is very clear on the card. Sometimes the cards will lead and pull the messages right literally off the artwork on the card. But the reason that's like that, you've got this spinning vortex, and they're trapped. They're sucked in there, and they can't get out. So, but the thing is, if you look closely, you can see how close they are to calm waters. Really of getting free. This card generally represents affairs of the heart, affairs of relationships, that kind of a thing. Some of you are feeling trapped. You're feeling like, I can't breathe. Some of you are feeling trapped by your job, by money issues, love, and lust. And as I said, the common meaning is affairs. So you may be feeling, for some of you Cancers, that you have no control over what's going on around you right now. completely out of control. And that's a bad place up here and spiritually for a Cancer to find themselves in. It's not a good place to be. The thing is you can pull thy ass out of it, to be quite blunt about it. You can make it better. You're the only one that can do that as well, Cancer. Um, to to reach the calmer waters in your life and pull yourself out of the turbulent vortex that you find you're falling into. Cancer doesn't like having, as much as a water sign that they are and what that represents. Cancer doesn't like rough waters. Cancer doesn't like being bowled over by huge waves. These are all metaphors, of course. They don't like it at all. It unsettles them. They don't feel comfortable. They don't feel happy. And really, in the bigger picture, and I can speak for this, I'm a Cancer, we want calm waters, like anybody of any sign does. But with Cancer, still waters run real deep. Um, and we crave serenity. We crave love. We crave passion. Hot white fire kind of passion. It's what we thrive on. It's the gasoline to our engine. And for some, it's a diesel where it never gets shut off. Like in the wintertime, you never shut it off. These are crazy metaphors, but this is what's coming forward. I'm feeling the heat off this card here. Some people are caught by addictions. It's also a card representing addictions too. It could be to work. It could be to lust, love, drugs, drinking, food, and other people, which is really the worst one, because you can freely walk away from a substance abuse anytime you want. I'm not saying it's easy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have the free choice to walk away from any substance abuses. And yes, it'll gnaw at the inside of you because you're wanting that. But when you're addicted to another person, or another person's addicted to cancer, they start to smother. And you're dealing with another human being. It's a whole different thing than dealing with alcohol. The alcohol, you don't need it to survive. You can stay away from alcohol. Food addictions are a little touchier because you need food to survive. But you have to get control of it. When it comes down to bondage and addictions to other human beings, or them being addicted to you, Cancer, it's for Cancer, it's the worst thing in the world. It's the one thing that can snuff their candle out and snuff out that inner light. And you know what? And it shows. Other people pick up on it because their eyes go flat. The light's gone out. And I'm getting emotional here because it's a horrible, horrible thing for somebody, anybody of any sign, any walk of life, to go through that. But some of us can't shake it, no matter how we try. But the thing is, Cancer, if you can get brave, take a deep breath, put your suit of armor on, don your crash helmet, and really take a strong effort to remove yourself from any kind of addictions, especially people, those that you can't shake. You can get out of it. You can move away and walk back into the light again. And you know what? When you look back on it after it's a done deal and you've got yourself away from that, you'll say it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was so full of dread that I was folding in on myself and moaning. I couldn't do it. I can't do this. I can't bring myself to do this. I can't handle this. I can't deal with this. But Cancer, you can. You really, really, really can. Wow, that's a lovely card. So, the next card is Page of Cups. Cups are all about emotions. And this is all about imagination. And pages bring us messages in one form or another. Usually it's a real person, but not always. Messages can come in many, many forms. We all know that. So this could be a young person, someone who, or somebody who's really young at heart. Pages usually represent somebody between the ages of 15 and 28, in about there. But some people can be 58, but they're young at heart. They're hip, they're cool, they're up on the latest trends, the latest styles, the latest music, and they always keep themselves current. So a message could come in and be relayed from somebody that's just like that. They can bring messages of love, which is wonderful right now for Cancer especially. If they're going through this, they need love and support. They need unquestioning, unfailable understanding without being judged for it. That's very important. But this person could bring in a message of love coming your way in the very, very near future. Projects and finances will start to flourish as well. No, everything there's a good feeling. I'm feeling really good here. The empath in me is picking up the heat on this card of, it's feeling good. It's things coming together. It's I never seen that it could be this good. I never thought that I could be happy at that level again. This is a really, really good card. A little bit more money starting to trickle back in again, and the bank account is either starting to finally level off instead of drop down, and for some it's rising up a little bit. Not huge leaps and bounds, but just normal, healthy amounts so that you're beginning to trust a bit in along those lines. You're beginning to trust and have faith within your own abilities. Again, this is just a great thing. The advice of this card is to enjoy the lighter side of life while you can do that. And you really should. Cancer's all about having a good time. They like to laugh. See, I can say all that because I'm a Cancer and I'm a really strong one. But we like to laugh an awful lot. We like to smile. And as I said, and metaphorically and literally, I live on the water. The only time I want to see rough waters is when there's a big, huge, beautiful surf coming in. But I don't want that in my life unless I'm riding the wave of life and it's propelling me forward into better waters, cleaner waters, somewheres where I can feel like a fish within the water instead of a fish out of the water. You can. It's a good time as well to play. Play, Cancer. Don't forget to play, and let your imagination run free. Try not to look too far ahead at this moment in time. Yes, you can clear up some brain space and make plans for your future, so things are starting to click. But on the other hand, don't forget to play in amongst all this. Stay in the moment, stay in the now, put it out to the universe what you want, but don't say the words want or the words need, because the universe, when it starts to manifest things, and you're manifesting stuff through the power of the universe is hearing you. All it hears is want, it gives you more want. If it hears need, it gives you more need. You've got to give details to what you want to see go down, and then sit back and trust that the universe will bring you what you need as you need it. Your keywords are companionship is very strong right now. Cancer needs to find somebody to lean on, especially if you're going through this. Any of you going through that, you need to find a mentor. You need to find a safe haven, somebody that you can turn to, and somebody that you can trust, somebody that will pull the rug out from under you, somebody that won't turn their back on you, somebody that won't get bored with you and all your problems or your issues or the things that you're trying to break through. Everybody's got one right now. Turn to that person and trust that you find comfort within the space and the energy of that other person. The keywords are companionship, as I said, outings, fun, playfulness, imagination, love, news, and finances. That's a really, really, really good card. Okay, so the next card is the Ace of Cups, and it's all about love. And isn't that wonderful? This falls on your Saturday, which would be the 18th. And this is like one of the top 3 cards in the deck. I'm happy to see it. I need this. For myself personally, I really, really need this. Your heart's desire comes to the forefront. Fulfillment in artistic pursuits as well, such as hobbies or even something like what I do. Fulfillment in what I do because I like what I do. I don't love reading cards. I love my children. I love the special people in my life, but I really, really like doing cards, and I feel this is my niche. So for me to pull this card on my very own reading, which I can personally relate to, it fills me with a feeling of contentment and happiness. So I'm really happy to see this card. In some of your relationships as well, you're going to find a new level to go to. It's going to be taken to the next level. Nervous excitement is what I'm hearing, a nervous excitement. Scared. So Cancer, you can stay where you're at right now at the slot that you find yourself in your life, and nothing will change, and it's all familiar, and you know it as well as you know yourself. Or you can step outside of that slot, push your way through, and look for newer things and better things. We can always make our lives better, without a doubt. Some of you are going to be there. Somebody's writing a book, working on a book. I don't know what that is. Arts and crafts, fiction. That's all I'm getting from that. Some of you are daydreaming about putting your gardens in. If you live in my part of the world, it's going to be a while yet before you can even begin to even turn the soil. But we're daydreaming about it. Some of you are going to be getting some redos on the home, some upgrades, new windows, new doors, paint jobs, adding a room, taking away a room. These kind of big things are going to make a big difference because it's spring and everything's fresh and everything's new. You want everything to feel brand new. You want changes. You want lighter colors. You want airiness. You don't want dark, heavy, and oppressive anymore. For those of you that have that within your home. Actually, right now as well, Cancer is going to be feeling extreme, overwhelming emotions in many different departments, and for some, it's going to be in the love and romance department, overwhelming, where it takes your breath away. Some of you may meet somebody that, I'm going to be really blunt, that leaves you dizzy with desire. They just take your breath away, and they make you weak in the knees. That's pretty powerful stuff. Time will tell if it lasts or not. For some of you, yes, it will. It'll grow into something much, much deeper and much stronger. Usually in the beginning of a relationship, there's a chemistry thing that we can't see. It's like the spirit world. We know it's there. It's like the wind. We know it's there and it's real, but we can't touch it. It's not tangible. And for some of you, this is going to work out too. A long term, and probably be the most meaningful relationship that you've ever found or had in your life, and nobody will be more surprised than you are, Cancer. We all want to walk around on that cloud. Even I'm like that. I'd rather walk around unhappy than walk around on a bad luck schlep rock with the big dark cloud and the rainstorms over their head. Which would you rather be? Well, we all take the lighter side, the whiter side, the happily ever after side. And is that a true thing? Is that real? Is there such a thing as happily ever after? Yes, there can be. There's real life's always going to come into play. But if you have something to compare it to, if you've never had a real strong, long-lasting relationship before, you have nothing to compare it to. But if you've been around the blocks a few times, okay, there's something to compare it to. And it's good to have things to compare situations to and relationships to. How do you know if you've got good if you've never had bad? You could have bad and think it's pretty darn good, right? That's just common sense. Your keywords, also very important too. The advice of this card is at this time, be open. Be open to what is coming to you. Okay. Your keywords are beginning and passions, creativity, strong, intense emotions. Emotions are highlighted during this week. Big changes coming up, and not all bad emotions. Some of them are going to be really, really good. Instinctive knowledge within. Trust in your feelings, Cancer. Your last card in this reading, and it is the Lovers, and it's all about choices, and some of you are going to have some choices to make. Lo and behold. So some of you are reaching a turning point. This is a general reading. It's not for everybody. A decision has to be made. An investment for your future, an investment for your home, or even a job for some. In relationships and in bonds as well. And commitments. Some of you are going to break and you're going to walk away. And some of you are going to turn and look over your shoulder and say a very quiet goodbye. A chapter is going to close in your life as you walk into another. You don't have to wait for that door to open. The one that you're headed for, it's open and waiting for you. It's wide open and waiting. All you got to do is leave the one behind, close it good and tight, say goodbye, and walk through. The door's open and your other life is waiting there for you. That's metaphorically and literally. New beginnings for some of you. For singles, new love is on the way. How wonderful for you. The advice is to make choices that last and base them on the bigger picture. Don't look for immediate gratification. You may have to suffer and you may have to wait to get what it is you want and what's calling your heart. There's something that's yearning, and you have a yearning and a longing, and it's calling to your heart. Anything worthwhile is worth the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears to get there. If it comes too easy, that's usually a bad sign. So you need to believe, and you need to have endurance. you need to hold on, and you have to keep moving forward by following your heart. And for some of you, wait for the right person to come along. Don't let yourself get distracted by somebody that's no more than a flirt, because you can end up with your feelings being hurt. You need to find out anybody you're dealing with on a romantic level, if they're the real deal or not. Don't pull any punches. I wouldn't. I'd just come out and say what I have to say and ask questions that need to be asked. Try to get to know a person the best that you can with what you're dealing with. And if it's good, and if it's pure, and if it's right, and if it's true, it'll grow into something that you've never known before, something you've never experienced. You will meet your soulmate, your twin flame, put it that way. And I do feel that twin flames are coming into the picture for a lot of Cancers right now. Your keywords are love and commitment, future plans, maturity, emotions, separation, and dedication. And that, dear Cancer, is your reading for the week of March 13th through to the 19th. Bay of Fundy Fortunes can be found on Facebook under Bay of Fundy Fortunes. We can find on Twitter and Blogspot and Google as well. If you like this reading, you think you might want a personal reading, I do offer that service. The information for that's found down below in the description and in the more area. Also, if you're new to YouTube, all subscriptions are free. Just click that. There's a little red button right there that says subscribe. Click on that, and you'll be subscribed to the channel. So anytime I post anything new, you'll be alerted in one form or another, be it email or Google. You'll get your notifications that I've posted anything new. I'd like to say thank you to all my subscribers and supporters of the channel. You are the seabed floor that holds the water that comes rushing in twice a day with the highest tides in the world in the Bay of Fundy. For now, I'm going to say goodbye, good night, and from my heart to yours, I wish you the best. And mwah, to all of you, thank you so much. I love what I do, and I love that you guys enjoy it as well. So, if y'all or anybody's looking for me, you can always find me sitting right here or down there on the beach, and I'm always waiting on the next high tide. I'm not hard to find. Goodbye and good night.